our tune we put to it was "Go to buy a Raja Paksha."
We heard you the other day because you were helping us pronounce, or me really, because I mess up every pronunciation, including his name, of course. Amol? Amol. Anyway.
Second one.
Yeah, Amol.
Second
You've
one.
told me. I'm just pretending I don't know. But that must be particularly hard with a pronunciation you're not expecting. Obviously, some you can prepare for and practice.
Yeah, absolutely. But the longer you do the job, the more clues there are about where emphasis in particular goes and, how to pronounce different letters. Not always. There are certain things that your heart sinks because you think, oh goodness, it's happened in Poland where the spelling is completely unrelated to the pronunciation. So, you just have to hope it's one that you know. And sometimes I've learnt them off by heart so that I have trained myself not to look at the letters in front of me and just to let the pronunciation take over.
And how does it work? What's the process by which the BBC comes to a view, and this is a very BBC thing, on, for instance, Kamala Harris, and what I think is great, I'm going to get this wrong in front of Jane Steele, which is going to be a career-ending moment, but Hezbollah. So how does it reach you? Well, it's not your decision. It's a BBC decision, and then you have to transfer, because people don't know you're a boss of 20 people. How does it reach you that that's the BBC view?
There's an amazing pronunciation unit staffed by extremely clever linguists who go to a great deal of trouble to research the pronunciations. And so in the morning when I get in, already I've been listening to the news, and if I can hear a pronunciation that I'm not sure how to say, I will ring them and say, we've got this person, they're from this country, and then they set about researching it. And of course, the worst thing is when things happen at the weekends because they don't work at the weekend. Yeah. And then we have to, we believe that we should be the gold standard, Radio 4 newsreaders, getting the pronunciations right. So if the pronunciation unit isn't in, we will do our own research. Sometimes, once there was a pub somewhere that I rang up on a Saturday morning, and I think they thought it was somebody playing a joke on them. So I said, "This is Jane Steele from Radio 4. I'm just wondering how exactly you say your pub." But actually, of course, which is what the pronunciation unit.
Do you remember the name?
No, I can't remember.
Box and Hounds.
I've got this image in my mind. I don't know if people listening have got it. Of you going around sort of singing words so that you remember the pronunciation.
That is it, because, Corrie Caulfield, one of the newsreaders that has worked here in the past, she said to me her best tip, which I have passed on to so many people, is instead of, it's tempting to think if you just say something over and over again, you'll remember it. But she told me the best way is to give it a tune and sing it, because it sort of trains your brain and it takes over. So
Chaz, give us an example.
So here was one that I saw and I thought, I'm going to have to think of a tune to go with it, was the Sri Lankan president. He's not the president anymore. And his name is Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Right?
Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
Exactly. If you can put a tune to it. In fact, our tune we put to it was Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Because it fits the emphasis.
Gotabaya Rajapaksa.
You'll never get it wrong.
Yeah.
It's really selfish of the guy to have stood down.
I know.
It's time he came back.
That's the frustration once you've nailed one, that you can just make it roll off the tongue.
Are there any particular regions or countries you stress? So Sri Lankans are quite Ranil Jayawardena and something like Wickramasinghe. Are there any particular?
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Thaksin Shinawatra?
Yes.
Who's the leader of Thailand. But it's Thaksin Shinawatra, isn't it?
I think so. And I'd have to always have to go. But I sometimes...
would you like him on the team? Because I think he may be auditioning.